Do Megapops, an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to get 2 million pops or more with a single tower throughout rounds 6 to 100. And we are on Candy Falls today, not Resort, not Logs. Haha. Well, there's going to be something falling. It's not going to be candy. It's going to be bombs from our wonderful Tsar Bomba. We've done Flying Fortress in combination with a Stronger Stimulant Alchemist, and we've done Sky Shredder in its own video as well, but we have yet to do Tsar Bomba, so let us do that in this video. And to start off with, we're going to be having ourselves a submarine in order to help us out with the early stage of the game, although I still do think we're going to have a little bit of worries at the initial get-go here, but nonetheless, this is what we are here for. We are here for the ride, the struggles, and everything in between as well. We might need longer range before able to place down Geraldo, but let's see how far we get along in this endeavor. Round 8 might be the killer for us, but let's see how we progress along here. So we've got it on strong at the moment, so yeah, we're already struggling here, and I really go no. Okay, you're not going to proceed forward to try and hone in on one of the later targets, so yeah, this is how it's going to be. I could put a submarine on the left side, but that is where I want my monkey ace to be, and I don't want any other towers near the ace because I want a village and an alchemist, so that's why I put it far away over here, but we might need longer range in order for us to survive this, actually. So we're still on strong at the moment, so let's see how far we go. Yeah, we're going to need to switch over to this one. Hopefully, some of them will then... No, it's not likely. Go up! Go up! Yes! Oh, damn it, there's these two as well. Oh, you didn't snipe the end one there. Damn it. There's always two left, isn't there? If only if we could reach it, that'd be very beneficial. But alas, we cannot. With somehow a scrape of our teeth, we've managed to make our way through the round, which is good, but hopefully we'll be able to deploy Geraldo down on this round at some point. Even though things are looking bleak over there, let's put Geraldo down over here, and he is going to be our rear end, our rear guard. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean, but even this looks a little bit bleak. Damn it. Ooh, just about got through that round. Lovely. Lovely jubbly, we're around on round 10, which is good for the moment, but what else can we do? Because we're barely going to be able to survive with just these two towers here. We need a little bit more in order to help us out, because at the moment, we are thoroughly struggling with these, what we have at the moment, so we're going to need to place one of these down here as some last line defense shenanigans, and hopefully that will be able to hold them all off until we can get our ace up and operational. 200 away from the monkey ace, which will help us out a little bit here, but it's still struggling here, honestly. Do we need to put something else down? Hopefully not. These will clear up the rear end here. We'll put you on strong so that just targets the firstmost one. Lovely. And we are nearly there with our ace. Lovely. Let's put it down now. Don't want to tuck it all the way up there because I want the bombs to be able to land over here as well. So let's put it on infinite. I feel like we'll cover the majority of the track on infinite. And again, no, 8's not as effective as infinite. We'll be able to catch them at the start when we lay down the bombs. Oh, don't you love regrow balloons? Don't you know you love it when you don't get any pops when balloons are regrown? Just like that? Oh, there is only one out of 3 there, yeah. In update 38, you can no longer get pops from regrown balloons, so that is a massive kick in the teeth when it comes to regrow farming and getting max level paragons. But alas, we are here, and we need to innovate in the future in order to be able to get those max level paragons in ways in which are not just from pops, but also from money generation from towers as well. But right now, we don't need to worry about that. That's a future worry for us. Right now, we are focusing on the wonderful Tsar Bomba and its explosive capabilities. Ooh, some of them are getting very far to the back of a track here. Yeah, we're going to go with bomber rays before lots more darts. Like, we will get lots more darts eventually, but right now I think the explosives will be much more beneficial than the additional darts on the field. Like, these bombs are going to be really good against all these balloons. Providing that they land, that is. That's the key thing. They've got to be able to land. Okay, so advanced intel, and then submersion support so that this thing no longer gets any pops. That is ideal for our endeavors for 2 Megapops with the Tsar Bomba. Next up, loads more darts so that we're able to pick off some of those regrows that keep spawning about in places. If they continuously regrow, that is, then that can be very annoying. So in this case, lots more darts is nice, but next up we're going to be going for a 400 Alchemist, see how we go, but we may transform it into a 420 depending on how things go along, because with the Tsar Bomber's ability of being able to annihilate essentially the entire map of anything that is below a Moab class balloon, or even below a BFB class balloon actually, sorry, a BFB itself, like even just the ground zero is able to instantly annihilate the Moabs, but when it comes to BFBs and ZMGs, DTs, gonna need that extra upgrade when it comes to the Tsar Bomber in order to help us out here. So we got the Alchemists occasionally helping, but so much of support is literally just sitting there now doing nothing other than decamifying balloons, which when it comes to invisibility potion at the very, very late game is more of a hindrance than anything, but honestly, we needed the submarine early on in the game. Ooh, sometimes the balloons are so fast it evades the submersion support's detection of decamifying balloons, which is a bit of a nuisance. Berserker Brew is up, so let me know what you think about the Tsar Bomba yourself. It is an incredibly awesome town in its own way, but like with any other kind of ability, what do we call it? But when you have a tower that's really reliant on its ability in order to have a lot of its firepower, the timing of using the ability is very, very crucial. I prefer carefully timing my abilities than micromanagement. Micromanagement for me is probably my least favorite aspect when it comes to controlling the damage of a tower and how effective it is. That's why I'm not a huge fan of artilleries, even though all 3 of those towers are 2 mega poppable. But I don't enjoy those towers. I really don't. Like, they're enjoyable for some people, and they are cool in their own aspects, but just using them and using them as a primary source of popping balloons. Artilleries are probably my least favorite tower out of all of them. Like, probably even more unpopular than, let's say, I want to say it's as unpopular or as most forgotten about as the middle part of Alchemists, but it's just not up there for me. It really isn't. So let us now focus on our task at hand. So we're going to be deploying a jungle drums, and actually we're just going to get a regrow blocker for the time being, just so that those pesky regrows can't regrow along that area there. Although this could be one where I require multiple tries in order to get the perfect spawn, but I think the rest of these have got it in the bag. Lovely. So that initial crossbow there, those 67 pops saved our bacon. So what's next? I'm thinking of ground zero as our next means of purchasing, and then we're going to get an overclock, and then possibly a glue of some kind, and then the Tsar Bomba after that. If you can think of a better position for the monkey ace on this particular map, then let me know. Like possibly over the right hand side here where this loop here is, might be a good spot, but I prefer it when the ace is kind of positioned near the start of the map so that it's able to initially get to work in popping balloons themselves, rather than just leaving it to another tower of some kind in order to pop these things with. I'm not going with radar scanner at the moment because of the factor that the bomber ace has innate camo detection with the spy plane upgrade. If we didn't have that, then well, we would obviously pursue radar scanner, but then before that we would have to temporarily rely on submerger support in order to decamify balloons in order to remove those. Okay, so these fortified ceramics could be a bit of an issue, but with the right timing you're able to pop them. And some of these rounds could be dependent on where the plane is when the round starts. And then that means that depends on the control of how it deploys bombs down onto the track. So yeah, ground zero is going to be necessary soon. And also with the ground zero, its bombs that it lays down on the track are also increased in power. It's not just the fact that you have a nice old ability to instantly wipe off everything that is not a Moab on the map. Oh, some of these are getting very far. Also with this arc here, if it lays down the bombs here, it also affects the track below it and also the top of this loop here, which is very, very nice. Round 49 is progressing fairly well. Some of them look like they were about to escape, but nonetheless, we have all of this under control, and we will soon have our means of initiating the ground zero. And everything that is not a Moab Clutch balloon will fall beneath us. Okay, so we've got that intact, but I don't... Oh, hold on. Yeah, I think we got this. I think we have this. Yes, thank you, Geraldo, for being the rear end here. We definitely need Geraldo back here just for some last balloon clear up. If you don't have that kind of thing installed at any given point in time, then you might have a few struggles here and there. But we're not going to be initiating the ground zero until we absolutely desperately need it. But also knowing the next round could be crucial as well, because we don't want to initiate a ground zero and then realize, oh, we definitely needed it for the next round, so we kind of just botched ourselves there. Yeah, the bombs have significantly improved in power, which is good. Oh, they nearly made it to the end of the track, but alas, we have all this under control. Lots of ceramics making their way to the back of the track. Okay, I'm not going to risk that. A pesky pink balloon nearly escaped there. Again, they're making it to the back of a track here. What's going on there? Yes, definitely the timing of when you start the round in comparison to when, well, sort of where the plane is at any given point in time, because this seems very well timing with everything. So that is brilliant, actually. That was a really nicely well timed round that we have there. So that is good. So now it's just this Moab to clear up, and there we go. So yeah, some round dependencies is very important. So if you want a flawless run, then the best way possible is just to have auto start off so that you can try and fathom out where the balloons might be in comparison to the plane when you start the round. Because obviously, if you time it up correctly, then it will be a black border equivalent run, which is definitely not this one. We started so many times at the beginning of this game. Actually, I might just drop one now just to clear all that up. And also, there's a few balloons left at the end of the round, which is perfect because it means our ground zero will be nearer to being ready to be activated again. Although, when it comes to this scenario, would an overclock actually be overly beneficial? Perhaps it is, in order to lay down bombs even quicker, but because of how it operates, would it actually be beneficial whatsoever? Could be. Okay, we're going to hold off of our ground zero just in case. Oh, that was very nicely timed bombed with those two Moabs there. Lovely. Round 59 is here, and we have ourselves the overclock here. Lovely. Stop it, trumpets! Okay, that's all well and good. There we go. I was wondering what's going on, but yeah, it's deploying them even faster, which might be the difference here. So would I be using the wonderful ground zero? I don't think so, not yet. Not yet anyways. But I think we should have this... Oh, Geraldo managed to attack us from that distance. Why is that the case? Actually, I'm just going to use it now for just some insurance. Sometimes I don't know where the mouse is, and it's really annoying. Did we screw ourselves up, actually, by doing that? No, we got this. We have definitely got this. Does Geraldo have it? Yeah, Geraldo has it. If it's a pink balloon, then it's just going to slip its way through the defenses, which is not good. Need good. Alright. That's that deployed. So I'm thinking of a, well, definitely a relentless glue of sorts. But I think the glue splatter, so 0202, will be better in the meantime because of what we have on the next round, which is round 63. Round 63, we need the bigger blobs. to deal with the bigger bloops. Right. Hopefully that other one will be dealt with. Thanks to overclock, we're able to deploy more bombs, which is nice. Overclock on that. We'll use it as late as possible on this round because of how it operates, but I think we might... pink balloons? Okay, we're gonna need to use it now. We definitely need to use it in there because those would have escaped. Like, Geraldo's back end is not designed in order to deal with that amount of really strong ones. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, 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 gosh. Pink balloons, I hate you. Oh, I hate all that actually, because I don't know if that crossbow is going to deal with those blue balloons. The round seems to be going much better now, but yeah, I'm going to just deploy it now so it removes that last wave of ceramics. We've advanced onto the nice round of the game, but alas, we are doing very well here. The ground zero paired with top path is doing very, very well. I imagine this would be very difficult, or even more difficult, if you try and do bottom path. Like, the only benefit out of that is a little bit more micromanagement control with where the plane is at any given point in time. But honestly, I just prefer the top path mainly for rapid fire. Like, increasing your attack rate in which these bombs drop is a blessing in and of itself. Like, I don't see any benefit with the bottom path aside from more pierce on your darts, but that's not the main point of this particular path of the Monkey Ace. It's all about the explosives that it deploys down. Top path is all about the anti-Moab missiles and all of the darts that it spawns. Bottom path is an amalgamation of both bombs and darts, mainly about the bombs that hone in. But then this one is all about ordnance with the bombs that it deploys down, and also being able to obliterate everything on the map with a single button. One in this case. And we are the one to do this win. Will we need to use ground? Yeah, we're going to use it for that clear up there. Also wipes out the BF being turned into Moabs, which is nice. We are 18k away from the Tsar Bomba and a conversation at hand. I think regardless of which content creators' code that you use, be sure to use one. Doesn't matter if it's mine or if it's another content creator. We are all thoroughly appreciated regardless of the creator code that you use. Using one is better than not using one at all, I would say. So whether you use mine or if you use another content creator's creator code, we are thoroughly appreciated for every purchase that you have in the store of this game, or if it's Balloon Tower Battle 2, use our creator codes then and there. But I'm not too sure if mine actually goes over to Battles 2 or not, because of the fact that I don't play Battles 2. I watch people play it, but it's just not up for... Oh gosh, I've just screwed myself there. I should have used it on the other round, or... No, we're going to try and time this. I've just realised I haven't been using any of Geraldo's items, so let's put a hot sauce down in order to help us out here. So now initiate the round, and hopefully the fire will be able to help us out just that little bit, and it has done lovely. I was worried I would have to restart the game and hopefully get through round 75 without using the ground zero ability. But I'm glad we were able to micro that so that at the very beginning of the round we were able to deploy the bombs down the bottom left there in order to really help us out when it comes to all that shenanigans. So let us wait with the ground zero until the start of round 78, which will be able to clear up the first set of ceramics. Or some of them making it to the back here. Not confident with oh, I was confident. I was confident, then I was not confident. Not confident, sorry. And then now we're completely confident. It was thanks to the alchemists just simmering down those layers that enabled them to be both less likely to escape and slower. Right, that's purple, so the second lot of ceramics will spawn out very soon. Here we go. And just use it then and there to clear up all those ceramics. Why need to worry about them when you just have a button that instantly eradicates them, which is brilliant. But then again, that's just like deploying down a Paragon. It's an insta-kill sort of thing in the very early stages of the game. Oh, all of these regrow rainbow balloons could be a little bit of an issue, but The bombs actually do a really good thing where they provide an insta-kill sort of application rather than worried about, let's say, if you do enough damage, because all of the bombs will deploy enough damage in order to circumvent their ability to regrow back if there are enough bombs around said balloon in order for them to be popped. Let's see. I think we should... Yeah, let's just clear up this round. It's going to take a while for the ZMG to be a threat here. So we're going to damage it, and then we will deploy the ground zero. Oh, actually, we've got Tsar Bomba now. I've only just realized that. And I wonder if this also increases the damage of the bombs that it lays down, which is something that would be nice, actually. Let's see. This thing does stun ZMGs. It instantly eradicates anything else that is, well, not a ZMG or bad, let's just say that. Oh, dearie me, our life as a lowly but huge plane up in the skies here, constantly doing 8s or infinites around a track. Yeah, Geraldo is somehow able to hit them because of how big the target box is, or sorry, the hitbox for the ZMG is. The bigger the blimp, the bigger the hitbox. And sometimes a tower can reach outside of its range if it has those kind of environments or circumstances involved, which is a good feature actually in the game. Yeah, let's just use it now. We should have used it at the beginning of the round, but alas, we used it then and there. Actually, it would have been better if I used it early on the round so that the Geraldo and Alchemist would get slightly less pops. Can it reach those over there? I don't think so. So our next venture is to try and slow down these balloons as much as possible in order for our ability to be able to be used multiple times in a round. Kaboom! Round 81 has been Tsar Bombed. Now round 82. So I'm thinking of 4 balloon sabos in order to permanently apply that effect onto the field. And then I'm thinking of a relentless glue on the right side of the track and a snowstorm as well in order to apply that permafrost effect and temporarily slow down the balloons then and there. So let's just use the Sabo. Shall we use it? Yeah, we'll use it. It also immediately eradicates fortified VFB. I almost forgot how to say. For goodness sakes, I really lost my words. You know what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, we're trying to deploy as many means to slow down the balloons as possible. There's still a thing with Balloon Sabo where once a layer has been popped, then the balloon just acts normally as if a Balloon Sabo is not even on the field, not even activated, which is annoying. Ninja Kiwi should fix that so that it's a global effect, but it's not affected if a balloon is popped. Like, that is a really annoying feature because it doesn't fully utilize the Balloon Sabo's abilities of slowing down everything. I've got all of these balloons that are slowed down, but then there are other ones which are going at normal speed, which is not fun whatsoever. Other things you can understand. So let's say if something comes out of a slowed effect by the ice tower, then obviously that would then be able to move at a normal rate. But if it's an ability that goes over the entire map, it should not be slowed down because of a balloon being popped. Tsar Bomba, see, it does a heavy amount of damage and it stuns them, which is very, very handy. Okay, our success in this could also rely on the factor of when we use our overclock. And 85 is soon to be done and over with. Let's slow them down. Oh, yeah, we're going to need to use a bomb in there because of how far they got along the track. Not cool whatsoever. Also didn't pay attention to how much money we had in there, so that's a feature you don't really want to miss out on. So we've got 3 Balloon Sabos activated. Not activated, but on the field. So that'll be very, very handy. 3/4 of the time, the balloons will be able to then travel at half the pace in which they would normally be able to do so. This is mainly to store balloons so that we have more than one Tsar Bomba per round, which I think you can agree is a very nice feature to have. Kaboom! Round 87. for ZMGs, we can take our time with this. Let's see, put a 4th ninja down. That'll soon be a wonderful balloon sabo. All that jazz. So slow them down, stun them, and then by the time the next one comes up, they won't even be on the right hand side of a track. I guarantee you that much. When the next one comes up, they will not even be on the right hand side of a track. Do that one. Lovely days. Slow them down. They are all now BFBs. And remove them. Kaboom. Yes, I'm calling it a kaboom from COD Zombies. Kaboom. I don't want to talk about that. That's an entirely different fan base altogether. We are still on Bloons Tower Defense 6 and will only be for this channel. Right, round 88, we've got ourselves multiple ZMGs again. But alas, we have other weaker targets to prey on at first. Yeah, we'll just do it, actually. Since there's nothing else that's going to be popping these, let's just do it. So we have nearly 4 balloon sabos, which is good. So our next venture then is to find other means of slowing down balloons, such as a snowstorm with the permafrost. Deploy that again. Once I go over here, then I'll see no need to deploy another sabo because they're out of our range. And I don't fancy changing the targeting in order to try and reach over there because I think this infinite arrangement is the best one for this part of the map. So let's see, do another one over there. We'll be able to do this without a Tsar Bomba. Now let's just initiate it. But then again, we've got all these fortified Moabs here, which is really annoying. Oh, 24 left to spare, lovely. I did actually think about early on purchasing an oversized nail and pin, but I'm glad we've not done that now. Let's see, deploy another balloon shabo. You see, these are now at normal speed. That should not be the case. That should not be normal speed. Why are they going at normal speed when they've been popped? That should not be a thing. Oh, can we get through this round actually? Should we have used it on a different round? But no, I think we've got this actually. We've definitely got this. But balloon sabos will ensure that we'll be able to deploy a Tsar Bomba down. Or can we do this normally? Can we? I'm surprised that bombs are able to actually pop the what do you call them? The DDTs, considering the fact that, well, DDTs have the black property, which makes them immune to explosives, or most of them. And I just remembered we don't even have the MIB up and running, so we should fix that post-haste. So let's use that. Let's put a Jerry's Fire on there. Let's put a Sharpening Stone on there. Let's put everything we can onto it. We're not going to be doing Pickles, though. Oh, gosh, I was not paying attention there. They almost escaped to the end of a track there. That was really embarrassing. Oh, dearie me. Imagine if I responded a second later on that. That would not have been good whatsoever. Again with these. Why isn't Balloon Sabo affecting these ceramics? That should not be a thing. Okay, let's just clear the board and then just leave these ZMGs. These are perfect for just enabling our abilities to go back, or namely, the Tsar Bomba ability. Should we just use our default attacks on the ZMGs, or shall we just try and annihilate everything? Okay, so let's just use the Balloon Sabo. And again, they now travel at normal speed. Well, maybe because the ability is over, but also because our layer's been removed. This is quite micro-intensive in its own way, but it's not enough for me to be put off by it. There are certain elements to this which could be considered micromanagement, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like micromanagement. Okay, we're just going to use it now. And level 34. Lovely. 93. Surprise, would ya? Okay, so let's just use a Balloon Sabo, just use the overclock so that our bombs deploy down even faster. Now, thanks to the MIB, hopefully we'll be able to do full damage to these DETs. Hopefully now they will not be annoying. Okay, let's deploy another one. Let's slow them down as much as possible. Our first DET's been popped. Ooh, We've done that normally. Yeah, let's just nuke them all. Oh dear. Let's just nuke them all. Deploy another balloon sabber. Let's slow them down as much as we can. Also, when they're stunned, we don't need a balloon sabber activated because, well, it wouldn't have any benefits if they are currently stunned. So that is the thing. Tsar Bomba would actually pair very well with Sorda because she does bonus damage to stunned balloons anyway. So pair that with Tsar Bomba's ability, and you're going to be nuking them, and if they survive, they will be sliced and diced. Okay, so let's see, Tsar Bomba there, they're now stunned, which is brilliant. They're also heavily damaged as well, so soon they will be in their BFB status. Will we need to use an ability again? Or shall we resort to Snowstorm, which is what we're going to be deploying down right now? Yeah, just enough. Excellent. We use that Cold Snap because Cold Snap is vital in order to slow down DDTs. If you don't have Cold Snap, then it looks like the DDTs are encased in ice, but they will not be slowed down whatsoever, which is a bit of a bad thing. So let's just use the Snowstorm then in there to permanently slow them down. I think the effect is weaker on a Merle class balloon than it is on a regular balloon, which is why they don't look like they slow down as much. Okay, so let's slow them down again. You know what? We'll just use the ability. It'll be back for the DTs in this round. Don't need to use the Sabo at all. Oh, that one made it quite far on the track there. Okay, so where's my mouse? I don't know where it is. So let's use the Snowstorm, Balloon Sabo. We will nuke everything as soon as we have the means of all the DDTs on the... There we go. That's all of the DDTs. And there's all that. Okay, so Geraldo's at level 19, I believe. Yes, he's at level 19. So if we place that down, this will now do bonus damage to camo balloons, which will mean bonus damage to DDTs. Use a Balloon Sabo there. Use that. Snowstorm them so that they go even slower. I think we're going to get a Relentless Girl on the right hand side of the track as well. Just another means of slowing them down. Yes, everything is on the field and the ZMGs are there. Perfect. We can use these for ability cooldown, like, stuff. Get our abilities back up and running, which is excellent. Sometimes I have trouble with where the mouse is on the screen. Like, I could put it on extra large, but then I think that affects the performance of the game as well. So it's not something I really would like to have, even with my 4090 graphics card. But our second glue splatter is on the track, which is good. Also, by the time it gets around here, then they'll be decamouflaged, so there's no need for a radar scanner for this thing. Slow them down again. I wish that was not the case where they would just go back to normal speed. Actually, we'll just use the bomb now. Let's see, how close are we? We've got 1.51 million. That has 6,000. Geraldo has... How the hell do you have that much, Geraldo? I suppose there's that, but I just don't get it. Like, the hair's width amount of hitbox that lands here somehow scores you 7,000 pops. I'm actually quite worried that we might not be able to do this in a certain way, because we've also got 1,300 on this. Let's use that. Let's use that. Let us stun the wonderful fortified ZMGs. Let's give them a little bit more raw damage. Round 98 is going to be a breeze, actually. Use the combined effect of all of these, and we should be very good. Although I am a little worried about 100, because I don't think the Tsar Bomba on its own will be able to deal enough damage, so we rely on some first strike capability support in order to whittle down its health, in order for us to be able to deal with the finishing blow. Use that again. And I think at this point we don't need to... Hold on. Let's see how much damage we do here. Okay, so we initially... Oh, that's actually quite handy. Because then... Oh, that's popped. I was going to say quite handy because then we've got one of them that's traveling slower than the other, but I guess it's not going to be the case. Alright. We use it now, actually. So we've got the ability back. Actually, we'll just use it now. Just instantly wipe them off the screen. How does Geraldo get that many pops from his diddly little lightning rod? I don't get that. Oh, dearie me. So let's just use those two. Use a Sabo, use a Snowstorm. Put those in place. Alright, so the Permafrost is having an effect upon because there is some of the BFBs which are moving faster because they were outside of the Snowstorm's like capability and stuff like that. So look at that, it pops everything other than the ZMGs. That is brilliant. So our next move of action is a first strike capability in order to help us out with the bat itself. And I think we should try and rely... No, let's just instantly pop these. Yeah, let's just instantly pop them. So Geraldo... Oh, I should have used the creepy idols for... Let's see, we'll put one there and then put one at the back of the map here. Use a Sabo. Oh, this is going to be quite tight because these are twice as hard to deal with DDTs. I'm just glad Geraldo is not able to target the DDTs. Oh, dearie me. Yes, we're just using our Sabos and blitzkrieg them off the screen. Let's see. That does... 10,000 damage. So, let's see. That has 6,000. That has... Let's see. That's 14. About 15. Can only really use this twice before we exceed the pop count, which is quite worrying, actually. Like, I should have placed Geraldo slightly over to the right here, but then again, how would we know? How would we know? How would we know we're not deploying enough of these things? I just don't know. Really don't know in this case. Yeah, why does Geraldo do that much damage against these? That's what I was like to query on. So that's the last time... No, that has too many pops. Yeah, well, that's an instant restart to that round, isn't it? 59,000 pops, no way. We can't afford that. We can't afford that whatsoever. So we should use one Tsar Bomba and then wait for the first strike to come back and then use the Tsar Bomba again after. Yeah, use that one and then use first strike possibly. Will that be possible though? I hope so. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Let's not use any more of these. We're good on that mana. So its tail is now really exposed. Because of the bandage on the tail, it shows that this thing is really low on HP. But I don't want to use it just yet. I was hoping that this thing would just deal a bit more damage. If it can with those bombs, please. Please. Pretty please. Just wipe that out. Okay, we're going to just have to use it. I don't want to use it just yet, but we're going to have to. Let's see, how close are we? Oh, we could do it. 6,000, 26,000. Okay, I think we've definitely got this in the bag when it comes to pops. It's just being able to slow these down enough in order for us to be able to actually do this. No more first strikes. We pressed 5. It's game over literally because we would win, but at what cost? We have... Oh, we've just done it. 2,004,000. That was scraping the barrel there when it comes to all those pops, but we've done it with the Tsar Bomba. Just somehow if you move the 2, then that is just visually complementing. Just having the force in the middle and the zeros at the outer edges. So that was probably the most difficult of the tier 5 monkey aces. Like the Sky Shredder, once you get it, that was an absolute breeze. And the Flying Fortress, the most difficult part was going from the Spectre to the Flying Fortress. But in this case, the most difficult aspect is just trying to use the abilities with careful timing. So, let's see, 20,700. That would go up to like 22,000. I was about to say maybe this got a lot of the pops, but it didn't. It only got 400. This has 6,000. Although somehow we did manage to shave off a few pops somehow. This at 1,000. And that got... I think that contributes towards Geraldo's overall pops, but Geraldo was in a spot where it somehow was still able to pop balloons, which was quite terrifying. Like, imagine if I ended the game there and it literally would not be 2 million or over. Oh, do you know what could have been absolutely grand? If somehow we was able to get another 4,400, like, let's say if each first strike capability got another 2,200 pops per missile. And then for some coincidental reason, we would end up with exactly 2 million. Like, that could be an ultra hard challenge in and of itself. Get 2 Megapops, but you cannot exceed over 2 million. And you cannot go below 2 million. Exactly 2 million. God, that would be hell. That would be even harder than Psy Master Pop 2 Tower Chimps, for goodness sakes. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely we had sweets falling from the sky, but they were not sweet. They were sweet explosives. So let me know what 2 Megapops or 2 Tower Chimps you'd like to see me perform next. I've been trying to do a Flying Fortress Overclock, but the Ace doesn't really get enough benefits in order to be able to effectively pull it off unless you have some stupidly intensive skills when it comes to microing. Thank you so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everyone. Also, when it comes to 2 Tower Chimps, you're not really able to get like a new record if you have either Geraldo or Sorda, because both of these heroes have been 1 tower chimpable when they were both initially introduced. Like, Sorda, I think, was broken when she was initially introduced, and obviously Geraldo was much cheaper so that you could actually afford him in a Chimps game. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and take care of yourselves, everyone.